Hello and welcome to Govs TV and 91.9 Public Affairs Community Spotlight. I'm Ray Dozier. Today we have with us three members of Cooper the Band from Jackson, Tennessee, Cooper Brown, Will Cashagrow, and Phoebe Scott. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
It's nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, how about this weather?
It's pretty, it's nice.
Icebreaker question, yeah.
Confusing.
Yeah, oh, it's freezing here. So, well, it's freezing, someday it's hot. Yeah.
Right.
Yay, Tennessee.
Right. Tell me about y'all. Tell me a little bit about you.
Yeah, so we're an indie folk rock band from Jackson, Tennessee. Okay. Got started in Nashville before I moved back to Jackson, and just kind of slowly met over the last 2 years. And so.
Nice. What would you say your genre is?
So it's kind of an eclectic mix of a lot of sounds. We do land on indie folk rock because that's kind of the best way to describe it, but you kind of describe it.
I say that it's rock and roll with acoustic guitars, and we don't hit things, and we don't set anything on fire. We just feel a lot of feelings.
Although sometimes we want to.
Sometimes we do want to set things on fire, but then we remember that we're an indie folk band, and we only have so many instruments. We have limited resources and things to blow up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is each of your positions in the band?
Okay, I sing and play guitar.
I also sing and I play ukulele, a little bit of acoustic guitar, and a mean tambourine.
A mean tambourine, that's great.
I play drums, and I guess I'm considered the band director. So.
Okay.
The band director.
Yeah. Do you guys do covers?
Yeah, so usually if we play live, we mix in a few covers just to let people like, oh, hey, I know that song, love that song, and yeah, mix in a fair amount, but we really like to play our own originals every time we can. So.
Okay. Who would you say has inspired you?
So I grew up listening to a band called Switchfoot. Definitely had a big impact on me musically. Yeah. And then also Reliant K, Coldplay, Young the Giant. And then what else? Who else were you?
I, as like a female vocalist, I am a really big fan of Hayley Williams. Just the way that she is on stage is my favorite, and I always just want to be as energetic as she is. Yeah. And just her singing voice is awesome. And then bands like Young the Giant, and I really love Imagine Dragons and their stage presence and how they operate with their shows and everything is awesome. Yeah. So yeah.
Ooh, Little Miss Paramore.
That's me.
Okay, so do you guys have day jobs, or I know you do the band, so is this a full-time job, or do you have other things?
Right, so I actually work full-time at the hospital in Jackson for West Tennessee Healthcare, and I'm their on-staff videographer, and so all their training seminars or educational conferences, promos, or commercials. So I do that full-time, and then as soon as I clock out there, we go and do the band full-time as well. So it's a lot, but I really can't complain because I love it. So.
Yeah. How did you guys meet and become Cooper the Band?
Right, so I'm from Jackson, but I went to school at Belmont in Nashville. And while I was there, started playing under the name of Cooper the Band in 2010. And really, when I was there, it was never a true band. It was playing with friends or hired out musicians. Then when I moved back in 2014, I believe it was, just kind of slowly got to meet these guys. I met Will playing at church and Phoebe as well, just kind of throughout that time, and rebuilt the band, sort of. And it's become more of what we call a Bramily, which is like band, friend, family. And so like we're just a very tight-knit group of people.
We love each other. And actually the story of how me and Cooper met is really funny and like a little bit scary. Yeah. Because there was this show that ran for a little while in Jackson called Exit 82 that like had local artists on, and they did their originals and stuff. And so I was up there like with my guitar, and I was 14 and I had braces and I was scary looking. And I got done and Cooper was running the camera for the show, and he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, do you want to be in a band?" And I was like, "I don't know, I have to ask my mom because I'm a literal child." And he was just like, "Okay, well, just get back to me." Like, he was so cool about it. And for some reason, my mom was like, "Sure, you can go gallivant with some men, some grown men if you want. Go ahead, we'll see how this goes. This is fine." So thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Okay, so you said you're under the name Cooper the Band. But were there any other names or anything like that, or just that?
No, just that. It's been that for ever since I got started. So
okay.
We do have a running list of band names, though.
Right.
A running
Yeah.
list of band names that if the bottom falls out and we just need to rebrand, we could do Tiger Shark Exhaustion or what's another one? Does anybody remember another one off the top of their head? There's just so many. The list
like
is so
400,
long.
Yeah.
We do have backup names. That is the answer to that question.
Okay, what inspires your lyrics? Or do you write your own music and all that?
Yeah. And so basically, like this next album is based on the life of David from the Bible, but we really just kind of want to capture, hey, this stuff happens every day to us, and just really inspire and just share love and hope with people in general. And so, but yeah.
How would you describe your creative process?
So sometimes it's sitting down in a room and staring at a blank piece of paper for,
That's a lot of it.
for several
That's a whole
hours,
lot.
just hoping
Okay.
that something will come. But other times we'll get together in like a piano room and just start jamming and see what comes out of it. And
Right.
Okay.
And a lot of times it's like you're driving and like something pops into your head, so you get your phone and you like do that voice memo real quick so you can send it to them, so you don't forget. Like a lot of times it just like comes to us like out of nowhere, and we
Right.
have to get it down or it's
Yeah.
gone forever. So.
All right. So I hear you guys have been given the opportunity to record at Sweetwater Studios in Fort Wayne, Indiana with Mark Hornsby.
yes.
Tell me more about that. How did that?
Yeah, so we had the opportunity to go play at Sweetwater, which if you don't know what Sweetwater is, it's basically like the Amazon of the music world. It's an online sales company where you can buy anything super high quality music. And so while we were there playing basically for their lunch hour, they have a studio and an on-staff producer and everything else who is a very actually well-known producer. He happened to hear our music, and after we left there a week later, didn't think much about it, had a lot of fun, loved the experience, everything else, but that's kind of what we thought it was going to end at. A week later, he contacted us and said, hey, we really enjoyed your music, feel really confident about your band. We would love for you to come record an album with us.
All right.
And we were just kind of...
God, it was
Kinda blown
insane.
away.
Kind of
Yeah.
blown away
Really.
because, I mean, the reality of the situation was we had driven through the night. We slept for like an hour,
Yeah.
and then we were running on like horrible motel coffee. And so, yeah, and a banana. And so we shared one banana. But like we all rated the show like a 60% performance level. We were like, well, we did it, and it's fine. And we had fun,
Yeah.
and it's fine, let's go home.
Dang.
Let's go back to the motel and sleep and go home. But then like a week later to get that email was insane because we did not expect anything. So it was
Alright,
crazy.
okay. Did you guys research different studios before this, or what kind of studios or producers were you looking for?
So what the goal is we're actually hoping to record 2 albums in this year.
Okay.
We've got a producer in Nashville that we had already planned on working with. His name is Kyle Sconewell. And the reason we like him is because he's worked on just a lot of really good indie albums that kind of we feel like this is our sound. So he gets it and he knows it. And like one of the projects he's worked on is called Midnight Pilot, and they're just a fantastic group of guys. And so he's going to come down and work with us at Jackson Records because that's kind of the easy, convenient, but it still sounds and is a great thing. And then after that, we're going to go work with Mark Hornsby, who is a little bit more of, hey, I've been doing this for a long time, and I know how to take a band and lift them up to the next level. And so that's kind of, I guess, the approach that we have when we're looking at producers, and just super excited that he even reached out to us. And so, yeah.
Okay. When do you guys expect to go up there to record?
So if we reach our funding on Kickstarter, what we're going to do is we'll record the first album with Kyle probably in March of this year, 2017. And then after that's been out and released and, been sitting for a while, maybe in fall of 2017, we'll go up to Sweetwater and record a follow-up EP. With Mark Hornsby, and then probably release that maybe late November, December.
Okay.
And so,
How do you name your albums or your EPs?
so the next one that we're going to be recording is called Kingdoms, and like I said, it's kind of loosely based on the life of David from the Bible, but it's Kings was our first one, and then Kingdoms is the follow-up kind of conclusion to that story. And then the EP that we're going to record with Mark Hornsby is called Adventure EP, because our very first album
that we don't like to talk about.
we don't speak of that one much. But we still love some of the songs on it, but we're really eager to kind of maybe redo some of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're going to call it the Adventure EP, and that's a throwback to the first one, which is called Venture.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so...
Okay, I see what you're doing. Do you guys have any shows lined up until then, or are you planning on doing some shows prior to the opportunity in Indiana?
Yeah, so actually what we're doing right now is we're doing kind of like a Kickstarter tour as we're trying to get things going for this new album. But like tonight, we're actually playing a house show, but we're playing pretty much every night. What we're doing is it's a mix of a house show tour where we're just going into people's living rooms and just setting up and playing and just telling them about the opportunity that we have coming up. And then also, if we don't have an official place to play, we're taking our instruments and just setting up out of any random place to just start playing, and then we go live on Facebook and everything else, and that's been really good for us.
And it's really interesting because a lot of bands start out like that, just like playing outside of places, and we never really did that. Instead we like played a bunch of Relay for Life. We did like the Relay for Life circuit. That was kind of how we started out. But it's really interesting to just kind of stand out on like the street and just see, you know, the reactions of people and like what kind of people stop and what people say to us at the end of the song and everything. Like it's really interesting.
We've only gotten a few weird looks.
Only a couple, just a couple.
Which is nice.
Oh.
A few cops rode by.
Oh yeah, and made me forget the words.
With us for a bit.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. What are you guys working on right now, or how would you say the progress of it is? Would you say it's finished, it's 20% done, you know?
I would say we're pretty much ready to get in the
Yeah,
studio.
we're pretty much
We've
ready.
got 14 songs written so far, maybe 15 or 16 now.
Ish.
I'm not
It's
sure.
a big
I haven't
ish.
counted in a bit, but and maybe 9 of those are ready to be put on an album.
Just need a couple of tweaks.
Right,
Alright.
and just get in the studio and get all the players in place, and yeah.
All right. Where can people find more information about you guys and your journey so far?
Right. So one of the best ways to just follow us is on Facebook. We're basically nonstop posting on there.
Nonstop. We're so annoying. Wow.
And so if you just look us up on Facebook, it's CooperTheBand, all one word.
No spaces.
No spaces. We hate spaces.
We hate spaces so much.
Hardcore hate spaces.
Must get
Yeah.
close. No space. No space.
But yeah, you can follow us on Facebook or go to CooperTheBand.com.
Okay.
And that will have pretty much everything right up there that you can find more of.
Is it the same on Instagram too?
Yeah,
and
we're
Twitter?
CooperTheBand everywhere. We also have a Snapchat.
Okay. Oh.
Just remember, no
Yeah, for the
spaces.
kids. No
All
spaces.
right. What do you think the future is going to bring?
Honestly, I don't know. It's
That's
been really exciting because I don't think I ever could have imagined things going so fast as they are in the past year.
Right.
Some of the opportunities that we have, like, they don't just happen for anybody. Like, it's just been crazy to just get calls every single week, sometimes every day of a week, of, hey, can you play this show, or can you come record at this place, or do different things. And it's been a lot of fun. And really, I don't even know what to think of what's going to come next. I mean, once we have a new album, because our last one was in 2012.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long time ago, and our music has changed a lot, I think, for the better. But I think once we have a new album out, it's hard to predict what's going to happen next. So
It's going to be a whole other adventure, definitely, because this year has been. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. But it's going to be crazy because, like Cooper said, like this year in itself, the past couple that we've been this band, like with this group of people, has been insane. It's been so much more productive than we could have imagined at all, with people just really being behind us. So there's literally no telling what could happen, and I'm so terrified and excited at the same time. Excited. That's the one. Excited.
Okay, I want to give you guys something random.
Okay.
What are some things that some great things you would say about each other?
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh, I love it. You go first.
I would say that Phoebe is the most lovable one in the band. Yeah. And Will, he is the drummer, so it makes sense, but he kind of he's like the glue that like...
He really is the glue.
Like, holds us all together, like, just kind of keeps us on track, like,
So I'm the guy who's like, hey, we got to be in Clarksville at noon. We need to leave at 9:15.
Right.
Not 9:16.
No,
9:15.
9:14. He's like, where are you guys?
Where are you? Where?
I'm leaving in a minute.
So
probably the nicest thing that I would say about Cooper is that he's the most hardworking person that I know. The single most hardworking person that I've ever met in my life. You're welcome. And then Will's so great. He's a really good listener because I know that I come off as I'm like so together, but I'm not. I'm like so apart all the time. And I always need someone to talk to, and these guys specifically are really, really they're my best friends. So, yeah.
Cooper is kind of like what Phoebe said, the hardest working person I've ever met. Completely boss. And then Phoebe she's like the addition. I have a little sister, but she's like another little sister who is just like a year older than my actual little sister.
We should hang out. We've never hung out, me and your sister. Should hang out. Coming for you.
Right. No, she's super lovable, fun to be around, the life of the party.
yeah.
And then we should talk about the other guys too. We shouldn't leave them out.
Guys,
Those guys.
Yeah.
What are their names? Okay, Matt. Matt is our bass player. He lives in Nashville. He's great. We love him, blah, blah, blah. Probably the best thing about him is...
He's so sweet.
He's so sweet. He's so nice. And he's so in it. Like, he's obsessed with the idea of doing this forever. And, like, we all are, but I feel like he's the one who's just like, let's do this always and all the time.
Right.
Let's be best friends. He's so sweet.
He plays bass for the band, and the bass and the drummer have to have a certain kind of connection musically, but he's literally the twin that I always kind of wanted, because our sense of humor is the same, our sense of fun little insults and jabs.
Yeah, oh my gosh, they jab. Oh, do they jab.
So much jabbing. They're the same, we click really well, so I'm happy with Matt.
Trish.
Trish, we love Trish.
So Trish is basically like the mom of the group. She keeps us in place and makes sure we don't get too crazy or out of hand. And she just got married and moved to Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Ooh. So it's far away, and we miss her so much.
Right. Oh man, we miss her. But so basically, she's on a hiatus right now, is what we're saying. Her new husband, who's amazing,
Spencer.
he is in med school right now in Hattiesburg, and so when they get done, they're potentially, I might be speaking for them, but they're hoping to be back. When they get back, we are gonna get her right
kick
back
it back
in.
up again.
Right.
Get that third harmony.
And Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Joe is the goofball that makes you roll your eyes, but you absolutely love him.
No, we love him so much. Like, you might question that too, but we do. We love Joe so much. We wouldn't be who we are without him.
He undermines his own talent a lot.
Right, he really does.
He doesn't realize how talented and how good he actually is, and so like
we have to remind him. Like,
we're so
Joe.
lucky to have him as a guitar player. Like
and he has the best awful jokes.
Oh my gosh! If you need a bad joke, hit up Joseph Kyle. He knows all of them.
Yeah.
It's awesome. No, we just all love each other so much. As a younger person, it's really difficult to have friends because everyone it's a lot of drama, especially in high school, and then just finding people that you actually click with your same interests and your same zeal for life and your same goals is really difficult. So I'm definitely really blessed with this group of people, even though it doesn't make any sense because I'm 17 and these guys are like old. So, but I mean, it happens the way that it happens, and I'm really glad to be a part of this peer group.
Nice, yeah. Okay, now we're gonna switch a little bit. Pet peeves?
Oh my gosh, okay, I will first say that Matt Hammonds is the worst mansplainer of all time. Oh my gosh, that's like the first thing that came to my head. Because if you ask like a genuine question about a thing that you want to know about, he's just like, do you know? No, I mean, I love him, and I know that he doesn't mean it, but he asked for pet peeves, and we're doing this drama right now. And I love him, and I love that he's intelligent, and I love that we can talk about things, but sometimes he's just like, how do you not know this? And I'm like, because I asked because I want to learn. But no, we love him. It's fine. It's really okay. Like, I'm not bitter or anything.
I know my
There's nothing wrong with me.
You're just being late. If we're late.
I can't
He hates
stand-
being late.
Oh my gosh.
It's the biggest thing that.
And I'm always late, so he's.
I'm also always late.
Yeah.
Every
So,
time
like,
we go anywhere, he's basically just like.
Well,
yeah,
Cooper's
I'm
not
the guy
here.
that, like we met today at 9. I was there at 8:50. Just.
Hey, I was on time though.
You were. I saw that.
I was only like a minute late.
You were.
It was like 9:03.
Yeah, it's usually like 9:45. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So that's why he's like started setting the time to be there like an hour earlier.
Yeah.
So if we're late, then it's
What's
fine.
mine?
Nice.
What do I get mad at?
I don't
Playing
know.
the wrong notes.
Yeah. Can I get a tempo? He does-
I do have a death stare. If
oh
I
my
hear
gosh,
something
the
bad
death
on
stare.
stage,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yikes.
We also try to throw the niceties out of the window while we're on stage.
yeah, it's hard to
For the really funny
focus
story.
on, like, if we're playing, it can be really difficult to focus on, hey, let me be polite when I ask for
Like,
something,
no.
because you're thinking about, oh, I gotta hit the right chords, you gotta stay in tempo, I gotta remember these lyrics and everything else. And so, like, we started a song, and I wasn't sure if I was playing at the right tempo, and I had no click or anything going on, and I was like, I turned around to Will and I was like, hey, can I get a tempo, please, at some point?
He was like,
you think you can
Will
do
was
that?
just like-
it's like, wow.
And then he turned back around and he was like, I'm sorry.
I'm really sorry. That sounded really bad. So
There's nothing wrong with Trish. There's
No.
nothing wrong with her. Like
Except for
anyone.
the fact that she's not here.
Yeah, my pet peeve is
Oh.
probably that she
Yeah.
moved
Yeah.
away, and I'm still mad at her about that.
We still
but
love
happy
her.
for her too.
Yeah.
Hmm
But mad.
But mad, but happy, but mad, but happy, but mad.
Mad.
Probably
So Joe,
Oh,
he,
Joe.
he sends memes and gifs
Oh yeah.
all the
day.
time.
And like he does it in a way that he's like saying a sentence and like within the sentence will be the name of a song. So he does that in addition
All the
to
puns, all the
memes.
time.
What's
So
great
funny.
is he will say a joke and nails it, and we're like, ha, that's funny,
Yeah.
and then he just keeps going
Yeah, he'll
until
kill
it
it.
dies, and we're just like,
You killed it. You
had
beat it
it,
with a
and
stick
then
and
you
it's
lost
dead.
it.
Aw.
So,
But
Yeah.
that makes the good joke so much better. We'll be like,
Right.
Joe sticks the landing. We'll just freak out because it's like an actual decent joke.
Okay. What do you guys do in your days off, or if you have time off?
Oh my gosh,
There are
what is
no
that?
days
What
off.
is
Do
a
you guys
day
have
off?
hobbies besides the band, or anything like
I
that?
don't even remember
No?
what my hobbies are.
right.
Because when it's a full-time job, go to music as also a full-time job.
Okay.
The hobbies don't really exist. But if it were just music as a full-time job, I would probably be like hiking or snowboarding or, you know, kind of like outdoorsy type stuff,
Okay.
camping. I love that kind of stuff, but haven't been able to do it in a while.
Yeah.
But maybe, we'll see.
Occasionally I find time to go play disc golf after work.
He loves
before
disc
we
golf.
go
Hmm.
do music stuff. Haven't been able to play because Tennessee weather is stupid and
Yeah.
cold
Stupid.
and-
Erratic.
Oh,
bipolar.
yes,
Yeah.
dumb. Cooper and I are both Eagle Scouts, so we kind of grew up camping and
Cool.
hiking and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So he's more into it than I was,
Mm.
but I'd still, if I had the chance to go camping, be like, yeah, let's go. So,
I like to read. I read a lot. I
Mm.
read like essay collections, and I really like to learn, like for the sake of learning. And I also write a lot. I do like free verse and I do poetry sometimes. And I really like to. My brother is actually special needs. He's 21, so he's like an adult, but he's like a big toddler. And so he does this thing. It's called buddy baseball. And it's like where a bunch of like intellectually disabled and like physically handicapped kids like play on like a scrimmage baseball team.
Yeah.
It's the happiest hour in baseball ever. It's like they're all so happy
Yeah.
and it's wonderful. And I like run like the music and I announce at those sometimes when
Yeah.
they have them. So that's fun.
Yeah.
And I do. I volunteer at my church a lot. And I'm on the choir there and stuff. So it's all music related. Like I'm
Yeah.
a DJ. I'm like an MC at a buddy baseball game or I'm singing in the choir. But yeah. That's what I do.
What time did you guys have to get up to be here? Because I know Jackson, that's two or
Two
three
and a
hours.
half.
Yeah.
I was up about 8, not too bad.
I got
Okay.
up at
Okay.
7 because I had to drive from where I live in Lexington. I live 20 minutes out of town in Lexington, so it's 20 minutes to Lexington. And then from Lexington to Jackson is another 30. So I got up at 7:30 and I was like, I'm not trying at all today. Like I wasn't even like aware that we were going to be on
Yeah.
video, so I would have tried a little bit harder. But like this is just who I am. I'm a mess.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming in and talking with us. And thank you for turning into this community spotlight on Govs TV and 91.9 Public Affairs. I'm Ray Dozier with Cooper Brown, Will Cashagro, and Phoebe Scott.